Want to know episode, Bitter Ground with JLE, where we treat you like family. I can't do that countdown for this show. I got to hear Detroit Love off my first album, JLE Experience. Here we go. 313, Detroit Love, the Motor City. Detroit Love, can't nothing stop me. Detroit Love, I love my city. Detroit Love. Well done, episode in the season 14. Great episode today. No, I ain't done one about me, but as you see cross stream, the anthology book I've been a part of, grateful for, and the experience of it. UNSNAPPED Men's Edition in the anger management section of books on Amazon is launching June 19th or Juneteenth. A lot of great authors, a lot of great stories on how to help men deal with chaos in the storm. Great stuff. You want to check it out? My chapter of the book is titled, When You're Going Through the Fire, Get Molded, Not Burned. Great stuff. And so today we're going to talk about the book, this platform. Free advertising, baby. They were looking for advertisers, want to advertise on the show, sponsors. But an anthology book, for someone that don't know, is a collective effort with a lot of great authors that tackle a topic. I mean, just last month, under Tiffany Para, editor-in-chief at Phoenix Fanatics Fitness magazine, she's the person that created this great idea. The women's edition came out last month. Did some good numbers, reached number 3. We're hoping this can reach bestseller, which that'll be attached to your boy name. Think we can do it. And it's Father's Day weekend. Shout out to all the fathers. A lot of stuff going on, man. But anthology is that. And you all have chapters in the book of what y'all talking about. And I mean, I was honored I was asked. And then as a writer, an author, for me, it's more of, okay, I need to know what's the topic matter and how long it need to be, when does it due. I'll go make it live on my Facebook. And once I get those parameters, I'm good to go. Because I'm thankful God has given me a lot of, okay, let me do it. Interesting. A lot of imagination to write about things. And I won't let me, so it won't let me make it public to the world. Okay, it's weird. But you can check it out. I'm streaming on my Facebook page or my LinkedIn, Jeffrey Edwards, Facebook, Jeffrey Edwards, my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE, L.L.C. And it took a minute to write about this one. So I'm like, okay, man, we do deal with a lot of stress and pressures of being leaders and providers. And you do need to find a way to contain the frustration and stress of it when you're dealing with it. So this one, I would say, was definitely a little challenging because I don't like to talk about me, but how can I apply, my purpose and journey? God has made it clear. You're a living example. You need to find whatever you're doing, unless it's a different topic matter, but something that can help people. How can your life experiences be in this, what you're writing, to help encourage others? And it took a minute for me to figure out what to write about. And I mean, I give it all to God, man, because the titles, I mean, when you going through the fire, get molded, not burned, that's and I'm pretty sure my other fellow author got some amazing titles as well. That make you think. And the first person that was doing editing, shout out to her, amazing person. After she read it, she asked me questions, and that was the first time someone read my work and was asking author-based questions. Like, dang, it's kind of different. But it was cool. And for them to see that they were understanding what I was trying to get across through what I wrote. And that anybody that want to be a writer or author, that might be the biggest thing. I mean, to me, I equate writing books with writing a song as a musician. Because you have a main story that you're telling. And Babyface was my mentor from afar, so I learned through how he wrote your chorus and verses get you to that climatic point and take it home. So for me, I apply that same method when I write okay, what's the main thing I'm trying to do? And how do I fill in to get to that point? And then you go back through and reread it, see if you had any mistakes, whatever. You're like, wow. I know I was living my life at the time, but I ain't really paying no attention to it. You ain't paying attention. No, you're not. You ain't paying attention. And I know for me, there's a lot of stuff I experienced, I didn't think because I wasn't in the streets, but I had enough dope dealers and gang leaders try to recruit me after my father passed and I was in high school. So I ain't think, well, I ain't go out there. I'm a cool nerd. I love women too much. Ain't nothing in prison, so you won't see me. My story's boring. But as I've gotten older, I'm learning that all the things I've been through, wow, can be impactful to other people and help them. So that was the most challenging part. Like, okay, once I had the format of what I want to do, okay, that's how I want to tackle the question about men dealing with chaos in the storm. The beginning. As an author, that's the most crucial part. Because, I mean, to me, you can be subtle when you write, or you can be like Shaq and break the backboard on it. No, I mean, Pac was a big influence coming up, so I want you to feel it when I'm talking about. So the first paragraph, when she was talking to me, she was like, man, I'm like, wow. And to me, it was pretty cool. Like, dang, she said, wow. You wrote that, Jay? Okay. But to get the feedback was like, wow, like, okay, I was locked in. Like, dang. So it gave me just a personal thing that my approach ain't too crazy or far off. Somebody be like, oh, okay, once I come in, you just bang, let's go. And then it's a thrill ride of what the story is being told. You know, I ain't trying to get too much away, so I want you to read it, but I do tackle that when I was born, I later learned I died at birth, and God saw fit to bring me back. On tidbit I'm gonna give you, gotta read the rest of it for yourself. And that always how you thinking about stuff. Like, what's your purpose? What's your why? As Pastor Andre always to say. like a lot of people I'm seeing now are starting to ask those questions. What I'm doing here, what I'm supposed to be doing. So you're in high school. I'm trying to get through the days back then. Realize my dad wants to see me graduate high school '96, so I'm smoking weed, drinking, anything that I think about it, and that don't help. You still gonna think about it. So purpose and really think about, dang, this how you was born? Wow, that's interesting. But them stories now, it's like, wow, your life story does have meaning that can be impactful and has value that others see that feel like, hey man, why don't you rock with it? I'm like, okay, that's cool. I got time like right now. God is looking out a lot, but I still apply for jobs. And I'm like, you can't give into depression, all them type of things. Did that first go around when I got sick. We ain't doing that again. There's time to focus and do the work. And I've been working on the writing. I had to touch up my story for the Snap anthology. And like, okay. And I ain't read it in a while, so when I got her from Tiffany, like, okay, let me check anything wrong. If I send it back to her. I'm like, dang, Jeff, you tend to do stuff and just keep moving. Like, dang, I ain't looked at this story since I wrote it. I sent it off the first time. Like, dang, wow. Yeah, people they're gonna feel this. So I can only imagine what the other fellow authors, what they wrote for their chapters, is going to be phenomenal. And the art for it is dope. I mean, for me, it's just like, wow, okay, it's another thing. I'm blessed to add to list. I've done anthology. I mean, I'm doing a lot of things that, and a lot of times now, like right now, I'm working on my comedy movie script. I was inspired after watching Friday. Like, if Ice Cube can do it, I can do it. Shout out to him. It's like, man, back when you was trying to get your degree at Wayne State, like, I couldn't go back in time and talk to the dude like, man, you're gonna have some stuff going on in your life, but you're gonna do some books, you're gonna do a radio broadcast show. Like, what? I only want to do music, man. What are you talking about? So I'm taking it in more now. Like, this is crazy that you have evolved. And one thing that the last editor, shout out to T, that she had pointed out, you gotta embrace who you are. And I know your boy can be slow at times, so it took me a minute to think about, like, who are you? I'm like, okay, I'm Jeff. Like, no, who are you? I'm like, what is the lady talking about, man? I'm Jeff. And then I had to start thinking, like, no, you are all that stuff that you have up there. I don't have speaker because ain't enough room. Then I started saying author, musician, journalist, speaker, CEO, host of 3 shows, 3 companies. That's who you are. I'm like, oh. And we took time, we talked about it because she really wanted me to understand. Lean into who you are. Those are talents that God gave you. And, I remember conversation a while ago. My brother had one of my birthdays recent. He had me write down, like, just writing all the stuff that you're doing. Like, because you ain't really paying attention. And after we wrote down a list, like, this is all the stuff you've done so far. It's people that think about this stuff, but are hesitant to take that first step. When my man worked, what's the big deal? Pac said it best. At least you tried for it. I mean, he said that on one of them songs, Be Against the World album. Like, he ain't lying. Like, hey, at least you tried for it. At least you don't have that what if. But some people, and I've encountered a lot of great people that I mentioned they want to write a book, but start talking to them. Yeah, but I ain't got the time. I mean, I really got to sit down and create the story. You just start hearing all the things of why they can't do it. I'm like, no, it's not that hard. We got Google Docs and other stuff where you can speak to it now, and it'll do the typing. But you got to put in the work. And that's the part that stick a lot of people. And I get it. It's tedious. I mean, my most recent book, JLE's Daily Devotionals, that was an easy one because for years I've been posting, which started to motivate me back when I was working midnights to figure out what my destination and purpose was. And I just kept posting them. So I had them already in my notes. It was a copy and paste and editing. But it did make me think about, you've been doing this all this time and never thought about, man, you should put that in the book. And go get that book. It's a positive quotes that will encourage you for the entire year. Not that quick of a read, but it definitely will. It'll help you. Just like UNSNAPPED will help you. But there's so many authors out here that probably got great books that they hesitate that chance. See what happens. Then you're going to get some people, man, well, the money ain't piling up yet. True. But all the people I've admired when I watched Day Behind the Music Story when I was on VH1 years ago, or any interview show they do now, everybody's story, no matter if they had tragic stuff happen in the beginning or in the middle, once they figured it out, they tried for it. Trial and error, they kept trying. And eventually, it caught fire. And then they started doing the right things to make sure they didn't squander the success of what they've been working on. And made some other savvy business move to sustain what they got. So now you know they're a public figure. But they were people you might see were going to the corner store. But when they had that idea, they went after it. Like, man, I gotta see. I gotta see it to the end. You know, I don't start it unless you're gonna finish it. And you see from them finishing the stuff they gave to the world. And with writing, that's what you got to do. It will be a grind to get the story out, but you got to see it to the end. Because when you do, man, it's beautiful on the other side of you finished it, you edited it, you're ready to put it out, what's going to be designed, all them type of things. It's a beautiful process. But you got to do the process. And you don't know what doors it will put you in. You don't know who will read it that might help you. You don't know. But if you don't try, ain't nothing going to happen. That's a fact. So it's like, why play games? Just try. See what happens. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And as my man Paul Heyman say on WWE, spoiler alert, somebody's watching your journey. I can't tell you how many people I've encountered where I've had more business conversations about radio broadcasting, or you thought about doing skits or other stuff. Like, I didn't think they were into that. And once you take your path, it's a ripple effect. And you're like, nah, okay. And they might be on to something that might help further what you got going on. This fell over. But if you didn't try, you won't know. And definitely, Unsnapped, men's edition, writing for my chapter was a little challenging for a minute. But once I started writing the story, and I know like other fellas going to read this and it's going to help them, like, okay, hey, your journey wasn't the prettiest, but hey, put it down there. Somebody might need to hear that or read that. Excuse me. And see how you turned out. So definitely Unsnapped men's edition. Launch June 19th. Father's Day weekend. Be a great book to get for them. Because, man, it's a lot going on when you are a male in the world. It's a lot. It's a lot. And if you got a family, your man always thinking, okay, I got to make sure I'm further the family. I make sure everybody good. All the bills covered, house and vehicles working. You're always thinking on grind mode. And you might feel, for society, we're supposed to be Terminators, allegedly. We don't have feelings, emotions. We ain't got that. We get hit by a boulder, we just shake it off and keep walking. And there's a lot of brothers out here that might be in silence dealing with stuff, and this is mental health month thing for men or something like that. So, but we need to evolve to where now you don't need to keep it inside. I mean, you got hit with a boulder as a man, you can say, ouch, that hurt. And hopefully your mate got love for you to say, you okay? I need to do something for you. You good. But, when fellas talk like, hey, man, it's been a tough week, but, I got a united front. Don't let them know what it is. Keep it moving. But they give them a safe space to talk about what they're going through. You might find out, man, there's some other stuff. Maybe it's some issues, childhood they need to deal with. Or talk to a therapist, someone about it. So it really made me start thinking about chaos in the storm for men. Like, yeah. A lot of brothers out here are going through a lot of stuff that they keep to themselves. And the stress will kill you. Silent killer. And we see the world around us now, you have more people checking out before 50. Our parents in the old school, they turning 80 or 88. You're like, dang, how they still doing their thing, but you got more younger people crashing out, as they say now. I'm like, dang. Oh, they just that. They were 35, like 35. What the? But if you got a lot you're dealing with, you ain't trying to talk to nobody about it, we'll weigh on you. So I'm definitely believing this Unsnapped men's edition anthology, my first one. Will be the great chapters that men can read and help them get it off their chest. And it's some stories that they can relate to that'll help them. Because, man, Someone always got it worse than you. Like, I know what I'm dealing with. Someone got it worse than me. I'm blessed. I know God ain't gonna leave me here, but this is part of my journey. And someone's watching. I got that confirmation that one or more than one are watching to see how you get to the other side. I mean, okay. I mean, Jesus, he took more than what I'm dealing with, so I can't cry about it. I can process and unpack it. Keep moving. But if you're an author, everybody got a story, in my opinion. Like, you may have had a crazy night that's comical, or you may have had a very engaging conversation. That could be a short book, or whatever that topic was. And when I do this interview show, which shout out to all the 40 countries that watch it, all the age demographics, all the people that have shared their stories. I have a spider sense now, like Spider-Man, when I be interviewing. And I asked, you thought about writing a book? How did you know? Like, just had that vibe. Like, authors know authors. But I'm noticing more than not, a lot of people got a story. Now, they might not want to write it because, like I said, that's the boring, tedious meat of it. But it got to be done. Because when you do, you can have that book right in your hand. And since I'm doing it, for example, let me get my most recent book. Hold on for a second. Just to show you it could be a reality. My latest book, JLE's Daily Devotional. See? I designed it, wrote all the stuff on the back. You can touch it. It's real. Got chapters. And I'm going to give you just one of the devotionals. Moments happen that can be life-changing. You are not too small for the moment. And the moment is not bigger than you or what you bring to the table. Give praise to God and then dominate like you mean it. Keep working, keep grinding, keep praying. Hashtag musician thoughts. There's more great quotes in here, but inspiring author, well, he creates that. Yeah, I want you to see this book. It's real. Yours be bigger than mine, or it can be smaller. But this is the end result. So when you're doing all that typing, all that coming up, whatever your story is, this is what the end result look like. And it's a beautiful thing. So why wouldn't you try? And then once you do it, you figure out the formula. Wax on, wax off. It's simple. You already know the most work going to be the type. Me, when I type, I listen to music, musician. And that keep me in the vibe and the zone and creativity. Before you know it, bam, here you go. Your thing might be something else, but doing the work gets you to the other side. And I've noticed when, like, for Mother's Day, I gave my sister and mother a copy of it. Signed it, dated it. Author should do that. It ain't gonna mean something one day, but you should sign your stuff. And I learned that my first book when I was at a book fair. When people started buying my book, I was signing it. What's your name? Dating it, like, oh, he's signing it. And then I did Pete. Everybody was watching, and all the other authors who've been doing this longer than me started doing the same thing. Cause that's dope. I'm gonna have me a book signing thing coming up soon, but it's dope. So when you have that in your hand, like, nah, okay. You know what you thought was impossible, you made it possible. You can do anything. If you can make a book become real, you can do anything. You might be a part of an anthology book about whatever topic. You won't be scared of it, like, well, I already published a book. Okay, let's get after it. What we talking about? When does it due? Okay, give me some time. And you'll get out there. And it's a great feeling as an author to something that was in your head came to life. I mean, to me, I equate it to writing music. A lot of my first two albums, the JLE Experience, JLE World, it played in my head, and what you hear on the album is what I was able to bring to life with my producer. It's that same dope feeling in creating a book. Like, dang, it was here. It was real because it was in your mind, but it wasn't tangible because you couldn't touch it yet. But then when you finish, you're like, dang, that's pretty cool. Okay. And then you be on people's shows to talk about whatever you're doing. Like the Author's Corner that Tiffany Perry does, part of their writing community. Shout out to the Own It editor-in-chief, Marissa Blodone. She helped me redo my second book. It's pretty cool to be able to be in these different rooms talking about something you know about. And you might think, man, who am I? I mean, I ain't got no PhD. All that don't matter. If you want to go get it, put the work in, you'll get one. And if you wrote a book and you in that field, somebody might want to hear your thoughts on what made you write that book. Maybe you want to write about birds for just something to talk about. The way you write about it might be fascinating to someone like, dang, what made you write it like that and that approach? And you're going to be like, dang, they want to know what I got to say? Like, yeah, because they bought it. They thought it was dope. And they wanted, we were in a world of, I know I was doing that back before social media became that more in-depth viewpoint of the person that's doing whatever talent they got. But VH1 behind the music, I used to always watch whatever artist I like, what their story was. So now, with the tech, as we keep growing with it, they can sit up and they can tweet you or DM you like, so what made you put that in the book? Then they get your actual response like, well, I was thinking about this at the time. Like, dang. And you never know, might come out, man. I was thinking about writing something similar, but I didn't know how to tackle it. Drop the game to them. Write it down. And if it look jacked up, just put it out there. You learn and win from failing. It's like you bake a cake. If it sucked, the next time you do it, you're going to remember, okay, don't put too much sugar or that, and next to be on point. That formula is in everything. But so if you're doing books, you're going to learn from doing it and how to get better at it. You're going to start learning you have a pattern style to tackle it. Like, okay, well, I know the book came out better to me if I went to the park and just looked at the water for 20 minutes. It cleared my mind to write on whatever topic, and people felt that book more. So if you're about to write another one, you're going to repeat. Go maybe a different park, look at the water. So you can recreate that successful method to you to putting out the best content you're trying to do. But you got to do the work. It ain't going to make itself. And at times when I be working a lot of this content stuff I do, I'm reminded about man Cliff when he was working at Wayne State's Custodians afternoon shift. I wasn't always comfortable letting people know I sing or whatever talents I think I got. But he caught me singing. And this was around 2010, I think. And we had a conversation like, man, God blessed you with some talents. You're supposed to share that with the world. You being greedy and selfish. And I'm like, we in the janitor closet, you know, changing my buckets, chopping it up. And I'm like, what you mean I'm greedy and selfish? Like, I sat here for 5 minutes and just heard a wonderful voice. And I'm like, why this dude ain't got an album or a single or something else so the world can hear it? You playing. You more than a custodian. You supposed to be utilized now. I'm like, I mean, I hear you, but I don't hear you. And he stayed on my head for like 30 minutes. Like, nah, man. God give you talents. Look at the Bible. I'm like, this dude went to the Bible. Okay. But I couldn't say he was wrong. Like, man, story in the Bible with the talents. Everyone that did something with it, good looking. The one that didn't, he like you on that bull jive. Gave his to the other person. You supposed to multiply it. But you might not think what you got is of value. I've been there, but that's just your self-doubt talking to you. Shut that up and punch it in the face. Whatever talents you got in you, you are supposed to do something with it. Because if you don't, time go by, you're going to sit up like, man, shoulda, woulda, coulda. And as long as you're on this earth, it's never too late. Still got a chance. But you'll regret that time missed when you knew at that moment, I'm supposed to be trying or something. And we got the internet, YouTube. You can figure out how to do it. Last time I watched Straight Outta Compton, I'm like, dang, Ice Cube, but he left the group. He was working on his Death Certificate album or whichever album. He was writing Friday. Now it was a dope franchise that led to him doing other stuff. I think I could write a comedy. Then I did research. Well, what's the format for writing a movie script? Oh. I thought it was some niche challenging. It's not really that hard. Once you got the format, you got to plug in the story. Okay. Well, try. And now when I watch movies, TV show, whatever, I'm looking at it from movie producer type mindset. Okay, so they wanted to relate to the audience this emotion in this scene, or the way the story is moving in this scene. Like, okay. So when I do that for my story, okay, I need to make sure they keep their attention and the story keep flowing. Don't seem like, man, why they got this scene in the movie? This is just a waste of time. I know y'all probably came across something like that too. Like, man, you could edit that out. Just like a song, I want to captivate you. So when you check this kind of movie when I'm done with it, I want you to be like, dang. Once I sat down, I did not want to get up because this stuff was hilarious, had some real drama feel to it, and a dope ending. That's what I want from it. I want you like, man, I can come back to this. Nah, you can't miss this, man. You're gonna miss something important. So go use the bathroom, get your snacks, and then sit down and watch this. And movies that I still watch again, oh, that was a dope movie. That's the vibe it gave me. Like, okay, I didn't want to miss nothing. You can apply that same thing to writing a book. It needs to catch their attention. But you got to be true to you, though. I mean, author trying to give whatever game I got about writing books. You got to be real to yourself and put what that you is in that story. And the audience that should read it and feel what you're trying to do, They will be there. Guaranteed. But if you're trying to, well, I'm a copy so-and-so style, man, that's some trash. I didn't Google that person. Nothing about them gives off what they wrote. They just did the trend. And then people will catch that. As long as you're being authentically you, don't care what people got to say about it. You know, this story I'm writing is what it is. You ain't got to like it. Somebody else will. And ain't no you trying to diss nobody, but stay in no business on what you do. You learned something in that journey. And if they ain't done it, okay, you can have an opinion, but you ain't no aficionado to tell me, oh, well, you didn't write the story this way. How many bestsellers you got? Because I'm an asshole. God know the child he made. You would catch that response. And when I first put my first album out, some people check it out, and then they start trying to dissect the song like they won Grammys or Producer of the Year. I would nicely and respectfully say, I feel your opinion. I thank you for it. But you're trying to talk as if you have sold 1 million plus albums already. I don't understand why you're taking that approach. Oh, well, I wasn't trying to be that critical. It's just I thought about doing it, and okay. Now we on some truth, because you trying to crap on what I'm doing, and you ain't even tried. Who is you? We ain't doing that. Because I ain't going to do that to you. You can give me some healthier critical feedback, but to chop it up like you just know and you ain't done it, no, you don't do that. You ain't got the credentials for that. Cut it out. And sometimes you might need to keep to yourself what your vision is. If you're going to write a book about birds, as that's my example, go and do your thing. Everybody ain't got to know what you're doing. You might know that one that will be that encouraging, like, okay, you wrote today? Man, why you playing? Write 2 sentences. Keep at it. Keep at it. Keep at it. That's somebody on the team. They want to see you get to the other side because, okay, you taking this left turn. All right, come on, keep going left. I want to see you get there. And beware, there's a lot of people out here that ain't trying to find their purpose or even try something new. And not all, but some tend to be the ones try to be the most critical, whatever you got going on. And you got to be careful of that. They condemn your light and energy. Cut that out. But once you get excited about it, sometimes keep stuff to the best. Just go do it. And that'd be the same one. Man, I didn't know that you was doing that. Didn't wait for it. How can I get put on? In so many words. Stay humble. Don't throw it in their face. You ain't got to do that. Just doing your journey slaps them enough for you without you slapping them. Real talk. Because they gonna have to question themselves on why I ain't doing what I should be doing. I know what I should be doing. Just focus on you. And it's at your pace. I know when I got my degree, I kept changing. It took me 20 years. Wayne State paid for it as a custodian. I had to learn myself, like, okay, all your friends graduate, moving to the next step. Don't worry about it. Everybody's path is their own. You focus on getting to your end of the road of it. and what's next. And that's what I did. And the closer I got to it where I could touch it, I locked in truly. And I started hearing, well, I'm not here from, like, well, you'll be all right. I didn't think it was truly possible because I had like 18 classes. I got 2 classes left. I can touch the light at the end of the tunnel. I ain't got time for all that. I got to do me. It's okay to do you. As Eric Thomas wrote the book, You Owe You. That's real. Great book. Shout out to him. You need to put some time about making sure you're doing some awesome stuff. You celebrate everybody else. And if you didn't, you should. Ain't no reason to hate on nothing. Then go get yours. Because the journey is going to help get you ready for what you are supposed to be doing at the end of that time. Because you're gonna be in a lot of rooms you expect to be in, meet a lot of people. I mean, I look at 14 seasons of doing this interview thing in less than 4 years, over 300 episodes, and interviewing assistant U.S. attorney, a lot of great CEOs, authors. I ain't met too many sports people. I'm working on that in the entertainment field. But people that was in the state for here, Michigan Senate and stuff, like, wow, these some the mental health fair. My third mom, Dr. Lisa Fuller. I've been sponsoring that, and a lot of people there I've met, interviewed, like, once you start doing the work, man, it's gonna put you in rooms that you ain't think about. And people you need to think about meeting. And you don't know what that seed will grow to. As long as you truly who you are, and you doing what you're supposed to do, and keep doing the work, keep grinding. Whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, you keep working on it. Keep getting better at it. It's gonna pay off. I mean, I'm excited. My first anthology book, UNSNAPPED Men's Edition, comes out June 19th next week. And to talk with them fellow authors during the process was dope. It was really dope. And you will have experiences like, man, that's going to help you for other stuff. So this is a great book, Father's Day. Or after Father's Day to get for them. UNSNAPPED Men's Edition. And a topic we were all tackling, I believe it's 6 of us, great authors. But a chapter, no mass, is 4 pages. I don't know how long theirs was, but it's all, I think we are somewhere around there, but it's a lot of great content. And this could turn to a panel discussion, so I don't know. But it's definitely going to help a lot of men dealing with chaos in the storm. That is something that they can read. You always got the Bible for anything you deal with, or whatever your faith is. But to have other men talking to men about, okay, this is what I've been through, and this is how I dealt with it, and I got to the other side of it. You can too. It's dope. You know, I ran a lot of errands earlier, and I was thinking, well, Jeff, you need to do an episode about this. I don't know, man. And I mean, I've had those moments, and sometimes during the moments where you need to push through, like, nah, you got to talk about that. I am working to do a Father's Day episode for tomorrow. Now, certain dish things with the Middle Ground brand, we're going to do. But when I really got off mine, I don't feel like doing it. I just want to go chill. Listen to music for a minute. Like, nah, because you don't know who's going to watch this, who's thinking about writing a book, and whatever you say might be what they need to hear. Start writing theirs. You don't know. I know I've encountered a lot of great people saying stuff that, like I know on Instagram, some Ice Cube has said a while ago when he was asked, what if you wanted to start something? And the first thing he said, if you ain't got 5 years to see it through, don't even try. I was like, dang, that caught my attention. Like, what are you talking about? And he explained, like, it's going to take time to build it. So if you ain't willing to put that time in, keep walking. But if you are, understand, it's going to take time to build it. Trial and error of it. And everybody I watched how they had something or talent and they cultivated it. And in time, their families are comfortable. So that's what I rebooted this back in March 21. So we in 4 years. I'm believing that breakthrough around the corner for this thing. But this show, Sports Line with JLE, that's going to come on 9:30, ground floor. It's tomorrow at 9. I'm going to have my building. My own network with different shows. I'm going to have it. Let's keep doing the work. So I appreciate people that have been watching and rocking with me tonight. Show love to your fathers. They here. If they're not here like mine, prayers for you. They're here with you in spirit. But, give people their flowers while they're here. Go to Amazon, check out all my books I got out. And next week, as I got across the screen, first anthology book Unsnapped, men's edition. If you know a good dude, that's a book for him. Family or friend, it's gonna bless him. I've written 40 minutes of my comedy movie, so I'm definitely want to see how it ends, how I get to it. So I'm working on that later. But find time for yourself to do something. You got to get some time for yourself. Everybody needs some me time. You work too hard, you crash out. So find the balance. I know 25, a lot going on. It's like every other week there's something of a major topic. Like, oh, this happened? Wow. Okay. I'm like, before COVID, I can't remember a time where there was always something going on like that. And just thinking Tupac was alive, man, that'd be a dope album. That's what's missing in rap. Ain't nobody really talking about all the social stuff that's going on. Those would be some great songs. Or maybe I need to do it. Well, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'll go get the books. Snap come out next week. And I think I figure how I can get my intros back. But for this one, I gotta do Detroit Love. I can't start and end the show without that song. It don't make sense to me. So y'all enjoy weekend. Check out Sports Line at 9:30. Tomorrow, 7 and 9, middle ground floor. We're going to have a Father's Day episode for ground floor. That should be good. Show love to the fathers out here. Some good stuff. And we're going to get to this ending of the song. Get back. Musician vibe. Here we go. That 313, Detroit raised me. Detroit's in me. Can't nothing stop me. 313, Detroit love, the Motor City. Detroit love, can't nothing stop me. Detroit love, I love my city. Detroit love. Have a good one.